How y'all doing? This is Big Keeson, aka the Bearded Gentleman, aka Raymond Reddington, aka Mandy.
And I'm Shauna. Keep it short and sweet.
You gonna stop looking at me weird when I go, Mandy.
You know what? That's what you do. So
Whatever. Y'all like the Mandy. All right. But with that said, today's topic: when black ain't black enough. Wow. All right. So, when black ain't black enough, when you are a black person, but you may not come from stereotypical black backgrounds. You didn't grow up in the hood. Y'all didn't live paycheck to paycheck. You don't know every episode of Martin. You don't, I didn't see a different world coming up. In those particular aspects, sometimes people think black isn't black enough. Now, I'm going to divert it to you.
Oh, you will put me on the spot for this
and
one.
say, how do you feel about this particular topic?
I don't know. I feel like a certain type of black person is only accepted when they make it. Like the educated black person that's not really into the status quo, the stereotype of what black is. It's cool when you're popping, but if you're just the everyday black person and you don't know all the episodes of Martin, or you didn't watch Coming to America when it first came out, or you think NSYNC is one of the best bands versus so I'm just telling myself.
Hold on. First of all, I don't believe in pause culture, but pause.
No, yes. So if you think those things, it's like, oh, you're trying to be white or you're acting a certain way. And it's like, you still don't know people's stories, and people still have a right to like what they like and be who they are. And I feel like when you put those stereotypes on people, you're judging black people the same way that you get mad at other races judging us. There's no, we're not, you hear this a lot, but we're not a monolith. We all don't think the same, act the same, look the same. And I do feel like generally as a whole, black people are not as accepting or embracing of those differences. It's like everybody has to come from the struggle or come from a certain area to be black. And it's just, to me, it's ridiculous.
All right. Well, look, let me first say this. When you get your black card, you need to know every episode of Martin.
I know every episode of Martin.
That just comes with the card. Okay, and then you gotta make sure you watch a different world. Who ain't watched Coming to America? That is a cinematic masterpiece.
I saw it
masterpiece.
Anyway, move right along.
You disrespect. Okay, but I understand what you're saying. To a certain extent, that being black isn't so much a way that people try to put us all together. Yes, we're not all from the hood. Yes, we didn't all grow up with government cheese. Yes, we didn't all grow up dodging bullets, but that's the perception out there. Some of us grow up on the good side of town. Some of us be having stuff growing up that people don't know about, like vegetables.
Wait a minute. It don't matter where you're from. You at least know what corn is. Like, every black household knows what corn is. What peas are, and broccoli and greens. Like, come on.
Growing up with farmers markets. I want the peach from the farm down the road.
Apple picking.
Okay, I didn't apple pick till I was a grown man. Okay, don't put that on me. Whatever. All right. But I do think that people really look down on people. I can remember growing up. Can't say I grew up with a ton of money or anything like that, but I can say we had a little something. And I can remember being in school, and back when you had the little lunch tickets. That was before now they don't like to embarrass you. But back then you had to do the lunch ticket and they be like, 85 cents, please. You ain't got 85 cents today. Well, you're going to have to eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And that wasn't the nastiest peanut butter and jelly sandwich you ever had in your life. But I say that because people would make fun, be like, your mama and daddy got a job. Look at y'all having jobs. Look at y'all. Ooh, but y'all get money.
I don't know. I think it's a coping mechanism. It's like if somebody has what you don't have, you try to make them feel bad for having what you really want. So like looking like as a kid, you get picked on because your parents can afford to pay 85 cents. But really those kids want that and wish they had it. They don't have any other way to deal with it or process it, so they make fun of you. Then it's like, oh, I wish my parents weren't able to pay for it. But now as you get older, it's like you understand why. It's almost that crabs in the barrels mentality where if someone's rising to the top or somebody's kind of made it away from the pack, you do whatever you can to try to pull them down. I think that mentality you can see across the board with any race, but I just think it's more noticeable because we are black and we see it more amongst our own people. So,
okay, first of all, I am of African ancestry. Black is a color. Now, with that said, it's a lot that we go through to separate ourselves. We separate ourselves through religion. We separate ourselves through the way we look, through colorism, through our hair texture, through politics. We're always separating ourselves. But what do we have in common? What do we have in common? Our common denominator for a majority of us who like to accept it is that we are African ancestry. And people love to say, well, I got Indian in my family. Well, I got a little Irish, I got a little German, I got a little everything but the 95% of what they really are. So I'm proud to say I got that African ancestry. And you know what? My black is black enough. Yeah, I ain't saw every black movie. I've seen most of them. Yeah, I don't like every type of green. I love collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. Yeah, but everybody don't like chillin'. Chillin's nasty. Don't say, well, my auntie used to clean them and they was good. See, it depends. See, I ain't that black. That's a good. That's that's why I say I'm of African ancestry. It's different than that black, But in reality, we have a lot of things that we have in common, but we're steady trying to find those things that separate us. And I'm not going for that. You know what? You're all my brothers and sisters. I look at it as we all come from Africa, so admit it, love it, and my African is African enough.
But to kind of like bring it back, like even having our son and just growing up different, because us being originally from Chicago and now we live in Connecticut, just thinking about how his lifestyle is going to be as opposed to other kids, and just if it even goes back to Chicago, just having like those differences. Sometimes you wonder, like, you kind of think about those Blackish episodes where they want to kind of like take their kids back. It's dumb, but you still you don't want to feel like you're completely detached from, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you don't want to feel like you're completely detached, but you want to feel like,
right. You want your son you want your child to have those experiences, but you don't want him to experience it.
We want to have some like a little bit of street sense and common sense. You don't want to just be book smart and just be completely naive and
exactly. Because Chicago is the greatest place in the world.
That is true. That's true.
Best food ever. If you argue, it's because you're not from Chicago.
Pretty much.
But I understand that, and I dig that. Any last words?
No, it's just black is whatever you make it, and there's just so many things about black African American. I just feel like all of it is just extra. Just be you.
My African is African enough. Signing off, Big Keeson, aka Mandy.
And Shauna.
The bearded gentleman. I ain't even finished my AKA.
We heard enough. It's time for us to go. All right. Y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.